Love stories are as old as human civilization. Across centuries and cultures, people have told stories about lovers who fought against fate, society, and even death to stay together. England and medieval Europe hold many legendary tales. But one of the oldest and most famous love stories connected with England is the tragic romance of Tristan and Isolde. Their story is more than just romance. It is a tale of loyalty, betrayal, fate, passion, and sacrifice. For more than 800 years, poets, historians, and writers have retold this heartbreaking story. It began in the Middle Ages, when knights fought for honor, kings ruled powerful kingdoms, and love could change the destiny of nations. This is the story of a knight who loved the queen he was sworn to protect. This is the oldest tragic love legend connected with England. This is the story of Tristan and Isolde. Our story begins with tragedy. Tristan was born during a time of war and danger. His father was King Rivelin, a brave warrior who ruled a land allied with the Kingdom of Cornwall. His mother was Princess Blancafleur, a noble and beautiful woman. But happiness did not last long. While King Rivelin was away fighting enemies, terrible news reached Blancafleur. Her husband had been killed in battle. The grief was too much for her heart. Shortly after giving birth to her son, Blancafleur also died. Before her death, she named the child Tristan, a name that meant child of sorrow. The newborn prince was now an orphan. A loyal knight named Roelt secretly raised Tristan as his own son. As Tristan grew older, it became clear that he was no ordinary child. He was brave, intelligent, skilled with weapons, and talented in music and poetry. But destiny had something far greater waiting for him. When Tristan became a young man, his true identity was revealed. He traveled to Cornwall to serve his uncle, King Mark of Cornwall. King Mark welcomed Tristan warmly and soon realized the young man was an extraordinary knight. Tristan quickly became the king's most trusted warrior. But Cornwall faced a terrible threat. An Irish giant warrior named Morholt demanded tribute from Cornwall. Every year, the kingdom had to send young men and women as payment to Ireland. No knight had the courage to challenge Morholt. But Tristan stepped forward. He fought the giant in a brutal battle. After a fierce fight, Tristan defeated Morholt. However, Tristan was wounded by a poisoned weapon. His wound would not heal. Only one person in the world had the knowledge to cure him. That person lived in Ireland, and her name was Isolde. Tristan secretly traveled to Ireland, hiding his identity. There he met the beautiful princess Isolde. Isolde was not only famous for her beauty, she was also skilled in medicine and healing. She treated Tristan's wound and saved his life. But neither of them knew the truth. Morholt, the giant Tristan had killed, was actually Isolde's uncle. If she discovered the truth, Tristan would surely die. Fate, however, protected him. Tristan returned to Cornwall, but destiny was not finished with them. Their paths would cross again, and this time, love would change everything. Years later, King Mark decided he needed a queen. He asked Tristan to travel to Ireland and bring Princess Isolde back to Cornwall to marry him. Tristan agreed out of loyalty. He defeated a dangerous dragon in Ireland and won Isolde's hand for the king. Isolde prepared to travel to Cornwall. But her mother gave her a magical love potion. The potion was meant for Isolde and King Mark. If they drank it together, they would fall deeply in love forever. However, fate had other plans. During the sea journey to Cornwall, Tristan and Isolde accidentally drank the potion. Within moments, their hearts were changed forever. They fell deeply and uncontrollably in love. But it was too late. Isolde was promised to King Mark. Their love had become a terrible secret. After arriving in Cornwall, Isolde married King Mark, but her heart belonged to Tristan. The two lovers struggled against their feelings. They tried to stay loyal to the king. But the magic potion had bound their hearts together. They secretly met in forests, gardens, and hidden rooms of the castle. Their love was passionate, but dangerous. Soon, whispers began spreading through the kingdom. Some knights suspected the truth. King Mark himself started to doubt them. In times, Tristan and Isolde barely escaped being discovered. Their love had become both beautiful and tragic. Eventually, their secret was revealed. King Mark felt betrayed and furious, but he also loved his nephew Tristan. Instead of executing him, the king banished Tristan from Cornwall. Tristan left the kingdom with a broken heart. Isolde remained in the castle as queen, but her life became filled with sadness. Years passed. Tristan traveled across lands, fighting battles and serving other kings, but he could never forget Isolde. In desperation, he even married another woman named Isolde of the White Hands, yet his heart never truly loved her. His true love remained the same: Queen Isolde of Cornwall. Years later, Tristan was wounded again in battle by a poisoned weapon. This time the wound was fatal. Only one person could save him. Isolde. Tristan sent a ship to Cornwall to bring her to him. He gave a signal to the sailors. If Isolde agreed to come, they would raise white sails. If she refused, the sails would be black. Days later, the ship appeared on the horizon. But Tristan's jealous wife lied to him. She told him the sails were black. Believing Isolde had abandoned him, Tristan died of heartbreak. Moments later, the real Isolde arrived. When she saw Tristan dead, she collapsed beside him. Overwhelmed by grief, she died as well. According to legend, two trees grew from their graves, their branches intertwined forever. Even in death, their love could not be separated. The story of Tristan and Isolde became one of the greatest love legends in English and European history. For centuries, poets, musicians, and writers retold their story. It inspired books, plays, and even famous operas. Their love story reminds us of a powerful truth: love can be stronger than kings, laws, and even fate. But sometimes, the most passionate love stories are also the most tragic. And that is why, after more than 800 years, the legend of Tristan and Isolde still lives in the hearts of people around the world. Because some love stories never truly end.